welcome back to Chop It Up.
What in the world?
It's a freezing 74 degrees here in Phoenix.
Bro, almost said something real quick.
Can someone send us some heat down here? Can someone send us some firewood down here?
Yeah, I got you, firewood.
All right, my name is Kevin. Welcome to the podcast where we have conversations about everything we can. Been away for a couple weeks, been a little sporadic, but we've got life going on. But we're back, and I'm gonna let my fellas introduce themselves, and we're gonna jump into it today.
Kari Watkins, Oklahoma City, and you can talk about 74. I'm loving 58 right now. Hey, it feels amazing. So you can keep your 74 degrees right now.
I will.
Yes, I know you will. You're not giving it up.
I will.
Here's the problem: Kevin really is cold. That's not a joke. 74 degrees in
Mr.
Phoenix,
Chicago. Seriously, Mr. Chicago.
Listen, I have not lived in Chicago in 25, 30 years.
In a minute.
Listen, your body does change.
It does.
Listen.
It does.
Listen. My first time back in Chicago in the middle of winter, it
Yeah.
still hit me a little, right?
yeah.
So your body does change.
It does. It does.
Nah, Chicago winters, that whole Illinois, Michigan,
Off the water.
Wisconsin,
Yeah.
it just slaps you.
Yep.
It literally just disrespectfully like,
Yep.
Oh, you didn't lick me, bro.
Yes. So I get it. Darian Lewis, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and as always, very happy to be here. Yes,
sir.
All right. So real quick before we jump into our topics, there is some news that just was finalized. I think it was yesterday or the day before. LeBron James and the Lakers have been officially eliminated from the playoffs.
The season started yesterday.
Here's the thing. It's not far from the truth.
Yeah, summer league just ended.
Okay.
Good Lord. Oh man. Yeah. I was actually having a conversation with my son about LeBron and his move to LA, and my son really believes, God bless him, but he believes LeBron really wants to have a ring for LA. And I'm like, I don't think that's in his top 5 of why he moved to Los Angeles and why he joined that team.
He's got a ring from LA though.
It's a bubble ring.
It's still a ring.
It's a blow pop ring that
I
you
was about
got
to say, is it a blow pop ring?
Hey, nobody's saying that Doug Williams, that's a strike Super Bowl ring MVP. No, he's Super Bowl MVP. Are we gonna take that away? Are we gonna put an asterisk on Doug Williams? Is that what we're gonna do?
No. But we will say. We will say.
3 asterisks. Wow.
We will say. Listen. It's that ring pop you got out the 25-cent vending machine.
Still a chip.
So yeah, I still don't believe his intention was ever to bring a championship home to Los Angeles. It was a business move. He's done what he's done.
Yeah.
And now if they could pull together a team where he doesn't have to do all the heavy lifting anymore,
right,
as he did the majority of his season, to be, to do what he's done as far as playoff and championship runs, then I think, let's do it. But he's not about to throw another team on his shoulders.
He's putting
not that he even could.
The numbers. I mean, it's not that he's not playing well. He's putting up the numbers. It's just,
man, they're
his GM skills are trash.
I was about to say, their social experiments need to quit with those, and he actually needs to turn back over GM's responsibilities to. But LA hadn't been able to listen. LA is spoiled, and they got spoiled by Kobe.
Yeah, they did.
They got really. Just
but they got spoiled
by
Magic. They got spoiled by Magic. Let's just first get it right. Magic.
Well, they got spoiled by Magic, and then Kobe just continued it.
Right. Yes, I agree.
Once once you got, no one has that type of mentality anymore, man. Not that that's with that level of talent. I'm sure there's probably guys that got that kind of work ethic that just aren't as beastly as Kobe was.
Well, yeah,
Kobe,
I mean, Beverly has that kind of work ethic and mentality, but he's not. He doesn't have the talent though.
Beverly just West Side crazy. I'm sorry. Beverly
Call it
just
cray
West
cray,
Side of
call it
Chicago
tenacity,
crazy.
call it whatever you want to. Hey, he still get at it. That's all I'm saying. He gets at it, and he doesn't care. I'm not saying he ain't a little cray cray. I ain't saying that.
No, wait, no, you got. I'm sorry. He's from Chicago. He's West Side cray cray.
he West Side cray
It's
cray.
a whole
That's
different
a whole
side of cray
other
cray.
beast. Listen, that's a whole other beast. I'm telling you. See, I was born in a hospital on the West Side, but I grew up on the South Side.
I was born.
West Side, that's a
Yeah.
whole other level.
Yeah. That is what I've heard. That is what I've heard. What, Beverly?
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh,
But,
and he
yeah,
and
the
Westbrook
social-
ain't boys. I don't care what Beverly says.
Oh no,
He and Westbrook are not good.
nah.
Westbrook ain't forgot how he
Mm-mm.
ended the season. Come on now. That was a long time ago too.
Well,
But Westbrook needs to get over it quickly because his stock is dropped and is continuing to
He
drop.
can't get over the rim. What are you talking about? Have you seen his shots lately?
Yeah.
The crowd in LA gasps and shouts no when he shoots. That's bad.
you know what, man?
That's bad.
Listen. We have gone through some type of dimension warp since the pandemic, since 2020, because crowds have gotten emboldened.
Yes. You were just talking about it before we came on.
Man,
Yep.
people, listen. Yes. Oh, okay. So yeah, being at that game in Oklahoma City, it's been a minute. But man, when I tell you, crowds shouldn't go that crazy when you hit a 5-footer.
They got to cheer about something.
When
Gary.
you
we have got
bro,
to cheer about something.
when all they do is hit that elbow,
And lay it up.
and people are jumping up and down like like you just hit this clutch 3-pointer. It's like, dude, they are so point starved. All you heard, oh
Well,
oh
the question is, are they tanking for? Have you seen this 7-footer that's
Yes.
supposed to come out in the draft next year?
Yeah.
Are they tanking because this kid, he's 7 foot, he's 7 foot something, right? And he's like easily dropping it from 3.
Easily.
He's bringing the ball up.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, he's got straight handles.
Yes, he does.
Straight handles to be a 7-footer.
Yes, he does.
Didn't the NBA really try to mitigate that type of long-term strategy behavior by creating the lottery?
Well, it didn't work for the Sixers because the Sixers tanked for like 10 years straight.
Well, when you pick up Simmons and hold on to him for 7 years, that's
I
a
mean,
problem.
because you had Nerlens Noel, you had Okafor, you had a bunch of folks that they picked they had number 1 picks like almost every year for 5 years straight, it seemed.
Who did Okafor play for?
He played for them, wasn't he? He was drafted by them. And then,
he played for in college? Who's that again?
Duke.
That's what I thought. Okay, just make sure.
Okay.
just had to make sure that. Okay, yeah.
So it makes complete sense, huh?
Makes complete sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Petty.
Hey.
We still don't have our petty meter.
Hey, somebody out there needs to make us a petty meter.
We need a petty meter.
Something.
Because that one was pretty,
Yeah.
pretty good.
It wasn't over the top, but it was
good.
It was entry level petty. It was entry level petty.
Oh, I'd give you at least a 5 or 6. At least a halfway.
So Tarsha said they did make some changes, and the play-in tournament is designed to try and help some of that. But
it is.
Listen, if you go in and losing 82 straight games out of 82,
82 straight games.
You are no longer. Listen, there should be a rule. If you win if you win less than 1/3 of your games, you are no longer an NBA team.
You get regulated, just like they do
It's
over the pond in Premier
in
Series.
Ted Lasso, yes.
Premier League, yes. You get regulated. They do the same thing for NFL. Regulated.
You win less than 1/3 of your games.
So the Detroit would be like a Detroit Metro high school football team. Is that what you're saying?
Dang, Metro High School. They don't even go semi-pro. He's
straight to pimples. And yeah, wow, dude.
Proms and
he went to pimples and puberty. That's really
man. He did.
Wow.
Yes, my name is Kevin A. Crawley.
The Petty Meister. Yes, sir.
Yeah, my birth certificate, and it says Kevin Petty Crawley.
Oh, hilarious.
Petty Meister. Never mind. Sorry. It's almost Christmas.
Love it. Love it.
All right. So we were intending to do this last week, and just some things didn't work out. So I said, let's just bring these topics because they're still relevant.
Yes, they are.
We're calling this the Concussion Show, just because we're talking about people who seemingly may have been dropped on their heads
multiple times. Habitually.
So we'll start with the one that is exiting the news and hopefully exiting a lot of things soon, and that's Herschel Walker. Who did you see the debate?
Do you know how hard that was to watch? I watched it in doses.
No,
because I just couldn't take it. I'm seriously. Yeah. I'm like,
I chose not to watch it.
It was painful
because I knew it would be the dumpster fire that I heard that it was.
It was painful. If I could find that clip, or Kev, you can find it
of him pulling out his Fisher Price badge.
No, that was even worse. But the one talking about healthcare and what he with insulin, his explanation of providing healthcare for. There was about 3 sentences I couldn't even follow.
Yeah.
It was like I was on a bootleg version of Sesame Street. And it was
my question. And this is a sincere question. Why is he being taken so seriously?
Because he's the one that the Republican Party has put their faith and money behind. Because 1, he's African American and they're trying to pull some votes. And 2, he's a high prominent figure in Georgia because did he win the Heisman?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And so they're trying to defeat Warnock. And they believe that him being black, him being a prominent sports figure, and in the Republican Party, that they can pull some of those votes to win and beat Warnock. Did I hit them all, Kev?
Pretty much. Yep.
Good Lord, he won the Heisman Trophy 3 times.
Was it 3 times?
80, 81, and 82.
Oh, wow.
Dude, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I mean, dude was a beast, man.
He was.
He was unstoppable.
He was great in football. I just don't want him.
He was the reason why Dallas has those 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
He's the reason. Was it a trade?
At some point, we're going to realize as the people, as much information is out there, as much education is available for free.
No charge.
No charge at this point. At some point, we're going to have to let people be great where they were great.
Mm-hmm.
And let them retire with dignity. And somebody loved them enough to say, hey, man, you were awesome. Have a seat.
But here's the thing. His family was saying that. His family's like, nah, sit down. There's too much stuff that you got going on. You don't need this. But Abba wanted to run.
Stop it.
Oh, that was bad timing.
I saw it.
But it's the truth.
It is. Have you seen? So all of us have seen Harlem Nights, right? We've all seen Harlem Nights.
Yes,
I've seen that.
Okay.
I've seen that.
So someone took a clip and said it was Herschel Walker's great grandfather when the champ is trying to talk about the fight.
Yes.
I'm happy to be here.
I mean,
Yes.
It was
It's not-
horrible.
it's
It
not
was
quite
horrible.
that bad, but it's close.
Oh, it was that bad.
It's bad, bro. I don't.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. It's supposed to be a close race.
So just because we can kind of slide every once in a while. This is for anyone that has an impediment, anyone that has a challenge.
Yes.
Challenge. We're talking about Herschel.
Herschel Walker.
Right. Right.
We're
Let's get that
unapologetically talking about Herschel.
Yes.
Right.
Herschel Walker.
Unapologetically, yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Those-
Disrespectfully talking about Herschel Walker. Yes.
Yes.
Sit down, sir.
Yes.
Have a seat. Have a seat, man. Yeah, Lord.
Have
yeah.
several seats.
Several.
Here's the thing. I don't blame him.
Who do you blame?
I mean, you gotta look at.
I do blame him, but go ahead.
Okay, but just hear me out. You gotta look. Well, okay. What I mean is, you got to look at the person of Herschel Walker, the famed, everything he's had. He's always been in the spotlight. And when somebody comes and they're putting money behind him, you very well could be the next senator of Georgia. Guess what? He's going to take it and run with it. I'm not. So from that standpoint, he's not going to look, and especially if they're telling him that he's qualified to do this, and who else better to do this in the state of Georgia than the beloved son of Georgia himself? I mean, I guarantee you that's the way they spun it. They had to.
That's my, and you know what? I agree with you. That is my question. Who sat down? Because it was probably a group of them, at least.
It was
a couple.
It had to be a group. Yes.
And it had to be some deep pockets.
Yes.
That sat across the table from number one to be able to get lunch with him or whatever they did.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
It had to be somebody. He had to go. Oh yeah, we need to have that meeting. And sit down and say, you know what, we believe we can take you all the way across the finish line.
Yes. And I
Okay.
guarantee you that's how it was spun.
Well, because I mean, one of the people definitely involved with it was Trump. Because remember, they have that relationship from when he played for Trump's USFL team.
So, yeah. Well, the scary part is that I would love to hear that conversation. That would almost be unintelligible. I would love to have heard.
You know how hard that would have been to listen to?
They had interpreters.
On both sides.
They had interpreters, dude.
You're so stupid.
Okay, now what he meant was
Because on that side, on the Republicans, there was a whole lot of people they probably said, stand down this year.
Mm-hmm.
Stand down. We'll get you next time. Because you cannot tell me that he's the most qualified person on that side. You can't tell me that.
no, but he might be the most
Person that can probably win.
well,
Mhm.
I wouldn't even go with that as much as coachable,
Moldable, you mean
moldable.
controllable.
Controllable.
I mean, just say it for what it is, controllable.
And the name recognition.
And the
Yeah.
name recognition, you know. Plus he's probably proven to be on certain levels very loyal. You
Yes.
know, which
And people worship him in Georgia.
And again,
though it's been a
trying
long
to
time.
capture some of the black vote.
Yes. And here's the thing, they will.
Mhm.
Darren, you know good and well that
I know. But here's the thing. Here's what's funny to me. You're wanting to capture the black vote, but at the same time, Georgia is fighting with redistricting, you know, to minimize the effect of the black vote. It's like y'all don't even know what you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest with you. My personal belief is they're like, yes, Herschel. And then he did his first speech. And they were like, okay, plan B. Okay, plan B.
Yeah, in the words of Kia, they went, dang.
Right. Because that was a hot train wreck, man. That was just, yeah, that was bad.
was a
and
bag
has
of
been
hot
bad.
garbage, bro.
Has been bad. Will continue to be bad. But
Yes. That debate has gone viral.
Yeah.
Viral. When I mean viral, that is probably, if I'm not mistaken, that's the most watched debate so far on YouTube. It has now made its way to TikTok.
Ooh.
Yes,
Yeah,
some of
it
the
was bad.
snippets has now made its way to TikTok. It's that bad, Darian.
Because you do have to see you have to find the one where he pulls out his Fisher Price badge.
Oh, the whole thing is on YouTube. I mean, the whole, however long it is, the whole thing is there. Trust me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did he pull the badge?
Because basically Warnock was like, because they got into a conversation about defunding the police, whatever. I think it was the issue.
Mhm.
And Warnock was like, well, I've never lied and said that I was a police member, a member of the police or anything, right? Or a member of law enforcement. And so he pulls out his badge. It's like, this is not fake. This is real. So yeah, I'm getting a message that says, okay. So yeah, go ahead. So that's pretty much what it was. He pulled it out saying that this was real. It's not a prop. And even the moderator was like, well, you can't bring a prop out. And he's like, well, it's not a prop. Well, yes, it is a prop in the sense of it was something that you shouldn't have brought out to this conversation.
Right.
Okay. So is he an honorary member, supposedly an honorary member of some law enforcement in Georgia?
So he received honorary member of the sheriff's department, which is kind of like an honorary degree.
Right.
It don't mean you smart. It just
don't
means
have-
that they gave you an honorary degree.
You're not wrong.
I mean,
the way you said it was brutal, but you're not wrong though. You're not wrong.
Shout out to all the honorary PhDs.
Right.
Yeah. I guess in his case, my question is, why? Why? What did he do that made them feel? Never mind. All right, never mind. I already know. Never mind.
They give it to celebrities. Shaq has gotten honorary ones too, right? So they
But
give it to
Shaq
celebrities.
actually became law enforcement.
He did.
He did. Yes,
He
did.
actually went through and became
he
law
did.
enforcement. Like, I thank you for this, but let's go ahead and do the whole thing.
Now, did he truly pass everything? We don't know, but yes.
Listen, they put him in the car. They gave him the badge. They gave him the gun. They gave him the stick, and he's handed out official tickets that people had to pay.
No, I'm not saying that they didn't.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he didn't get sworn in. I'm not saying that. I'm just,
yeah.
What was that score? Yeah, let's bump it up 5 points. It's Shaq. That's what I mean.
Mhm.
What's the minimum again?
Okay.
Okay, we're just gonna add a couple here. He's close. He's close here. We'll bump it up.
That's right. I ain't telling him no. You tell him no.
You tell him no.
Okay.
Right.
How many Papa John's is owned in the city? No, I'm not telling them no.
I ain't telling him no.
Yep.
Too funny. Oh man. Yeah.
So it looks like Facebook is having some issues because Tarsha just sent me a message that Facebook is throwing errors every time she tries to play, and I can't get it to play either. So, but we'll just post it afterwards.
Let me see if I can. Hold on. Keep talking.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of other people that got dropped on their head,
what's playing for
Kanye
me?
West. Huh?
It's playing
It's
for
working
me.
for you? Okay. Yeah, it's just circling for me. I don't know. All right. But I'll figure it out. But Kanye West is in the news. First of all.
Really?
Why do you, boy?
When we first were doing this, the issue was he had worn his White Lives Matter shirt with Candace Owens.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, it's not. Sorry about that. No, it's not.
No worries. Yeah. And so then from there, it grew into he made some anti-Semitic statements.
Yes, he did.
And
a lot of them.
Yes. And then he decided that he wanted to buy Parler, which is the social media, the right-wing social media
Yeah.
What's interesting about that is that Candace Owens' husband owns Parler,
I didn't know that.
or is the CEO or something. He's on the board or something of Parler,
Mhm.
and so now it's like, Kanye, this ain't working well, but go ahead and buy it from us. That way, nobody can ever censor you ever again. But he keeps making his statements, and now, as of today, Adidas is like, we're done. He's already gotten his accounts closed at Chase.
Yeah,
How you
Chase.
gonna get millions and billions of dollars of
Hey.
account closed
Like, take
Hey.
all your money
and find you another credit
and
union?
find you another bank.
Yeah.
Listen,
I
Find you
mean,
another
there's been
bank.
you know, but that's because he dared Adidas. You realize he did that, right? Did you hear that?
he did. Yes, he did,
He literally
and
said, "I can
Adidas got
say."
pressure too.
He said, "I can say anything anti-Semitic, and Adidas cannot drop me." That's literally what he said. I'm like, "What are you doing? Watch,
He's
they
off.
will drop you quick."
He is off his meds.
Oh, he talked about that too. He talked about how he was misdiagnosed, and he kept saying by a Jewish doctor or Jewish media, and he kept throwing it out. And the person that was interviewing him was Jewish.
He didn't care.
And he was like,
Mm-mm.
"Why do you keep saying you?" No, they were a reporter. No, they were a doctor. He says, "Why you keep saying that they using the word?" He says, "Because they were Jewish." He says, "But you know what I mean. You know what I what?" He says, "No, because they were. Don't put that out there that I'm a racist." But he kept saying it over and over and over again. And then he says, when stuff happens in the media, oh, he's off his meds. He's got issues. He's not mentally stable. He said that was put on. He said. He said, "Yeah, diagnosis bipolar. It's not a condition." He says, "It's my superpower." I'm gonna let that sit there for a second.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let that sit there for just a
Trust me,
minute.
it's hitting heavy. It's literally just
Just
because
I'm
that
like,
that pause was like weighted. Just boom.
you're
In
right
other
there.
words, I'm silently saying, yes, you have just confirmed how crazy, how off your level truly is. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Uh Man,
Yeah,
who was it that also talked about? Was it DMX? Before he passed, he talked about the challenge of the more money you make, the more fame you get, the harder it is to really know who you can trust that has your best interest at heart.
right.
Even going back to guys and girls that have been with you for since they knowing you from before you were ever anything. Things just begin to change, people's motives begin to change, man, and
Mhm.
and you get to the point where you're superstitious and paranoid of everybody. And I honestly feel like um with mental illness aside, let's just say that doesn't even exist with Kanye. The paranoia alone, to me,
Right.
will make you say and do things that are
mhm,
Yes.
once the pressure hits to a certain point,
Yeah.
you want to do things to get rid of the pressure. So even if I got to do damage to my own career and my own longevity just
Right.
to get everybody off me for a while,
Right.
you know
yeah.
I'll do that. We never
Is this that though?
I don't know. This reminds me of this is elongated. This has been, you got the
Over
shirt, you
years.
got you got the interviews, you got the stuff, right. And he calms down, he does some genius stuff either in fashion or music or whatever, and then we go back into this cycle. And so the cycle screams to me mental illness all by itself.
Yes.
mhm,
But
Yes.
mhm,
but uh if we start looking at celebrities who have had these types of breaks, Martin Lawrence, Mariah Carey,
Yes.
we can go down a list of folks that, and after a
Robert.
while, and
Robert
they'll come
Williams. Yeah.
and they'll come back and tell you, I remember when in an interview with Martin Lawrence when he was
Mhm.
talking about that, he's like, listen,
mhm,
uh, he basically just said what I said. You get to the point where you're just like everyone's trying to control you, and everyone wants a bit of you and a piece of you. You don't know who's being sincere, who's being honest. They're pitting each
mhm.
other against each other. You're the one that's in the middle, and you feel like everyone is just trying to chew you up. And I lost it. I
Right.
got
Yeah,
I got super high.
Right.
yeah.
and
But
lost my mind.
I think that there is a difference in because one of the things you said as far as the cycles, because Kanye, we have these cycles with Martin and even some of these, it's a one-time,
Right.
occurrence.
Right.
Even like Chappelle's like, look, I'm getting out the country.
He literally left.
I'm gone.
He was out. Yeah.
I go back to there's a rapper, I don't know if you guys know, by the name of J. Cole, who had a song a few years back called False Prophets, which at the time many people were like, is that a shot at Kanye? And it's come up again because it is almost, because for example, it says, a couple of the lyrics, it says, no doubt you see these tripping, ego in charge of every move, he's a star, and we can't look away due to the days that he caught our hearts. He's falling apart, but we deny it. Justifying this stuff he dropped, we always buy it. When he tell us he a genius, but it's clear lately, it's been harder for him to look in the mirror lately. There was a time this was my hero. Maybe that's the reason why his fall from grace is hard to take. It is. He said he's gone on record saying it was not directly Kanye, but Kanye kind of inspired that.
Yeah, I can see that easily.
Yeah, it's pretty deep.
So
what do you do when you have this question? I don't know if it can really be answered by we the people, but what do you do when you have someone who has that level of genius? You can't deny his artistry. You really can't deny his influence.
You cannot.
Okay.
Well, let's musically, yes. He has been a genius musically.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Fashion-wise, I can't rock with that. I'm sorry.
The only reason why I put fashion in there, because to me he's the same as Sean Combs. They don't design squat.
No, they don't.
True.
They have the business acumen enough to recognize and put together the people who are absolute trailblazers with the people who can make those ingenious designs actually manifest, and they get the credit.
And people buy them in droves.
What's ingenious? Them Yeezys is ugly.
I'm with you.
Whether we don't like what
I'm with you.
His fashion show. His fashion shows look like slave auctions at times.
I'm with you.
People are buying it though. I don't agree with you, but there's something that he's done right for it to sell that way.
But who really buying it? Because this goes into the question of who's his target audience? Because his target audience, if I can just be honest, ain't the folks that was rocking with him on late registration.
I don't agree with that, but when it comes to a business, you market to who you believe is going to buy your stuff.
So let's ask this question, because to me, especially with the definition that we're giving, what made him what put him over into the billionaire list? Music, clothes, clothes. That's what tipped him over to officially be on the Forbes. So I agree with you. I would never, the first version of Yeezys, I was like, oh heck no. And to me, they've only gotten worse.
They've gotten tremendous worse. But here's the thing, those fashion shows, Kev, we're not buying anything in any of those fashion shows. So it ain't just Kanye, but he knew which world to tap into, because if you hit that runway and people like it and it's your stuff, guess what? Somebody somewhere is going to buy it just to buy it. They may never wear it.
Let me help you. Somebody going to be stupid enough to buy it just because it's for
They're
sale.
stupid enough to buy the people that dress up in plastic bags with a belt and they sell it for $10,000
to never be worn. To never be worn.
To never be worn. But again, I know we're making fun of that, but he tapped into an area and made millions of dollars. Regardless of if we're going to buy it or not, he knew which audience to play to. He read the room when it came to fashion. He understood what their KPIs were, their key performance indicators. He understood what was important to them and what resonated with them in that area, in that market, in that world. Didn't think about us, because guess what?
No.
We ain't paying for it.
And what works and what he has, to me, the genius of that world that he's tapped into is to me the same genius that we get in Hollywood, and that is the art of anticipation. If I can make, and exclusivity, if I can make you feel like you can't get this,
right,
or that to have this puts you into a different strata, a different realm, a different
level,
group, a different community, then you know, to where you can say, I got them, you don't.
Right.
If I can create that feeling, you'll buy a trash bag. You'll buy, you'll pay $100 for a cotton t-shirt. You'll do it, you know. And he has really, to me, that's where
that's where the genius comes in.
Yeah, and it wasn't necessarily, I don't know. I haven't been in those meetings where, I don't know if he's the one that sat down and said, this is the idea that I have, pop, 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 pop. And they were like, oh, it's going to work. I don't know if they did that. But what I do know is he was also able to make the relationships and the connections that pulled that whole mechanism together.
And have his name on it.
Yeah. He knew how to do that. And so that's what I meant by the genius.
No, I get, I agree.
His when it comes to anything and everything else, just because, and again, we're back to the same issue that we had with Herschel Walker. You were great here.
Right. Can you say that with any more emphasis?
Here. Because my thing is, don't move. Don't get out. Your world of genius.
Right here.
10 and 2.
Well, right here.
10 and 2.
That's it. Right here. That's it.
Yeah. We don't deviate. 10 and 2.
No. None of that.
Shout out to Hitch. 10 and 2, baby.
I love that movie, man.
And yeah, he's definitely gotten into the disco moves, man. Wanting to move into statements, and again, to me, the statements that he's making are more flamboyant than they've ever been, but he's always come into this cycle of, let me say some outlandish, off the wall, gonna make everybody mad at me type of stuff. I'm gonna tell you who else mastered this process, because I honestly don't think, forgive me for, anyway, I'm gonna say this and get off. He reminds me also of, even though some of this may be mental illness driven, he reminds me of Madonna. Now, if y'all don't know, we're going way back. But Madonna, if you remember, Madonna was this master of, I'm going to be beautiful, I'm going to be ugly. I'm going to be beautiful, I'm going to be ugly. And we bought everything she put out because she knew how to make herself beautiful at the time that we were, give it to us. We will buy everything that you put out. Yes. And then once that tour is over, once that album has subsided, once those singles have died down, now I'm going to be crazy. I'm going to be at parties, and I'm going to be naked at the Eiffel Tower, and I'm just going to go bananas. You're going to have all these rumors and all this ugliness. And then all of a sudden I'm about to drop an album, and I'm going to be the angel you always known I am.
Yep. Exactly.
Bro, you need to know everything that's going on in your house. What the heck?
Can you not tell? I turned around quick.
You did, like, ain't nobody got no key to this place.
Here's the other thing with that.
Nobody.
Why is it that, and this I think is something to take a look at too, is that his remarks that he made recently, bad. No one can deny that.
Yep.
But he's made equally bad ones as far as slavery's a choice.
He has, yes.
Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves.
Right.
He's saying all of these other things. So the question is, why, when it comes to the anti-Semitism and not the anti-Black, that there's now this major uproar. Not saying that anti-Semitism is not bad, but where was the same energy before?
Well, for me, it's two different statements, because when it comes to anti-Semitism, if I said that correct, anti-Semitic statements, it's been labeled as a racist act, an act of bigotry. By saying that the slaves had a choice, that's not necessarily grouped into that same category. I'm not saying it's not flamboyant. I'm not saying that it's out of left field. I'm not saying any of that. But as far as the classification of a derogatory statement against a race of people, by him saying it was a choice, is looked at differently than an anti-Semitic phrase or statement. That's what I believe. That's the way I look at that.
True.
Again, both statements or any of those statements are terrible, but the classification of that statement and the category that it's put in is, I believe, the reason why we didn't have that outrage then versus now, or one of the reasons, I would say. I'm not saying it's the only, but it's one of, for me, I believe that's one of the reasons.
Well, I think another reason is where's the real financial power base?
That's the other reason. Yes.
You can say, unfortunately, you can say whatever you want to say about us if we don't own.
We don't have the financial power in order to
Right,
make it.
and so it's not going to make the news if black-owned endorsements trump him. It's not.
I mean, I beg to differ though, because there's been people in the media, not in the media, I'm sorry, in Hollywood or wherever, politics, that have said things that are just stupid. Not political officials, but sheriffs and chiefs that have said something that's bigoted, and they've gotten fired. You've had celebrities that have said stuff and people start pulling their thing. So those statements have been said about people of color and action has been taken. But I think the thing that also makes it different is that it's coming from a person that is a person of color. I think that is another thing behind that. If he says something about black people, they're like, that's just them talking about themselves. But if that was Justin Timberlake that said something like that, there probably would be more of an uproar. So you got to take that into context also.
Because Justin Timberlake's still canceled in the black community right now.
You just can't do Janet like that, man. We're just never going to get over that.
She knew, though.
Of course.
It wasn't just him. She knew what she was doing.
That's not the issue, though. The issue is that he left her out to dry.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
He was like, hey,
hey. So Justin could go cry him a river and go bye.
That song was legit, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I will say, when that Cry Me a River, I was like, okay, I can rock with this.
Just go ask Todd Tribbett how good that song was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that, there's a few folks. We need to do a show one time of just unforgivables. Unforgivables. People who have done stuff, actors, characters, things that folks enjoy. The culture is just never going to get over it.
Ever.
So that's our topic next week. That way we get time to get it together. The unforgivables.
The unforgivables. Just because of culture, we are never going to get past. There are certain characters in movies. Folks I don't care what they do, they're always going to be known for, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Oh my God. Yeah. He's done so much more.
He has. Yes.
Never going to forgive him.
Ever.
Soul Food. I can't remember the guy's name. Soul Food, man. It's like, dude, no, you did not. You did not just cheat on Vanessa Williams.
He was in the show The Practice before that movie, and he was getting roles. And he was doing well. Diary of a Black Woman came out, nothing. I mean, y'all, he's an actor. It ain't like this is him,
right?
That's what we do, though.
That's all you can see him as.
You did her dirty.
I didn't do nothing.
I just did my job, folks. I just showed up. I clocked in.
Hey, obviously, he did his job well. Obviously.
I clocked in. I did what they told me to do. I clocked out. I went home. Next thing I know,
You
I
may
need
need
police
to
protection.
sue Tyler for defamation of character.
Because,
Oh
dude,
my gosh. Yeah, I went home, play with my kids, kiss my wife. That's what I do. You know, I make cupcakes with the kids.
now what
You
would be
get in
really
there.
funny is, because the dailies come out, right? And
Mhm.
wife is there for that daily. and she looking at him like, you did that a little too real. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Now I know your method. I know your methodology. You find that from the deep and you pull it up. Where'd that come from?
Hey, let us say something wrong in the house. This ain't Diver Mad Black Woman.
Hold
Don't
up
get
now,
it
right?
twisted. Hey, we ain't on set. Let's right. Yeah.
Right. Don't take a bath tonight.
No! Yeah. Go and eat that meal. Go ahead. Take
Go
a bite.
ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go
Take a
ahead.
bite. He'd be like, no, I'm good.
I know, just staring at him. No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Take a bite. I bet it's good, ain't it? Take a bite.
Good. It's good. Good, right? Yeah, man. No, never
It'll
mind.
it'll make you forget everything that ever happened.
Listen. I'm going to McDonald's. I'll be back.
I'm gonna get me a 10-piece nugget and some fries. I'll be right
Do
back.
y'all want anything? I'm gonna be back. We not doing this tonight. Order a pizza.
No, we not.
I'll order the pizza. You don't order the pizza. I'll order the pizza.
I'll get it at the door. No, you sit down. I got it.
I got it.
Mm-mm.
I'm serving you tonight.
You want me to fix the plate? Nope. Mm-mm. I got it. But I want a hint. Nope. I got my own plate.
We good. We good, boo.
You need a drink? Nope. I got one. It's been sitting there for 3 days. That's right. I can drink it. I got it.
It's got a layer of dust. Hey.
That's fiber. That's not dust. That's fiber.
Okay.
That can clean you out more than one way, though.
I'll take my chances with the dust. All right. Yes. Unforgivables. Yes, sir.
Next week. Yep.
Enemies love to
I
hate.
got three off the top of my head right now.
Yes. Like the culture will never get past.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some greats out there.
Oh man.
Yes.
Listen, when your cinematic television, music, whatever cultural sin lasts generations, like I've seen people post about these folks who are in their 20s. I'm like, how in the world?
My mama ain't watch them. I ain't gonna watch them either. Yeah.
Or they're considered show killers. Like they come on the show and it's just like, oh, the show died after that.
It's dead. It's gone. Yeah.
Right.
Who was it?
Yeah.
Was it cousin Oscar from the Brady Bunch? Y'all remember cousin Oscar from the Brady Bunch?
Oscar.
No.
Or Oliver? What's his name? I think it was Oliver.
I don't even remember that.
Well, I'll bring it up next week. Yeah.
Yes, we got to check that out. Because I promise you, once I see him, I'm like, oh.
Yeah. He was on there for a hot minute, but people still talk about the fact that why was he even on there?
Wow. Okay, now I'm gonna.
You know how long ago that was?
I know some folks are like the Brady who?
Right. What is that?
I ain't gonna lie, man. I used to watch the Brady Bunch all the time.
Listen, 70s TV shows.
Oh, I do remember them. Yes. Yeah, that was weird.
Oh, the dude with the glasses?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yes, I remember him.
Yeah, that's what took the show weird, man.
He was evil. Wasn't that kid mean?
Anyway, yeah, look at that
He
grin.
was he had no place, he had no reason to be there.
The only reason he had to be there was because he looked like the girls. He was blonde.
Yeah.
I remember him.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll talk because I've got a few others as far as people that they consider show killers who the moment they guest star on a show or are added in as a supporting cast member, you might as well just prepare for that show to be canceled.
That's messed up, but yeah.
All right. So then the other one that was actually scary to watch getting dropped on their head was Tua.
Oh, we still haven't talked about. I forgot.
We haven't talked about that because that was scary to watch because he was dropped on a Sunday.
Yes.
got up. You
And
could
he was
tell something was
concussed.
off.
Bro, he was concussed.
Oh yeah,
There was no doubt on that Sunday.
there's no way you can say he wasn't.
This
I'm
was
saying- I'm
the
saying
first
that-
one against the Bengals, right?
Right.
Yes, and it wasn't a vicious tackle.
Mm-mm.
And
But it was just the way his head went back.
his head went back, and he got up and he stumbled. I'm like, oh, bro, he's out. He ain't coming back. And then the second half, I'm like, why is he in there? Oh, they associated the back pain. Excuse me?
Yeah.
I mean, I know back pain can be severe and put you on your knees, but that ain't what that was. And then
Not at all.
Thursday happened. And that was terrible. That was rough to
Yeah.
watch, bro. I didn't even want to watch replays of that. It was bad.
Mm-mm.
And the whole Dolphins organization should be ashamed of themselves.
Yep.
Seriously.
Well, and the problem at this point is everybody's like, well, it was his job. Well, he had to confirm it.
They're
You
pointing
know,
fingers everywhere.
Yeah, man, because everybody is like, that's the one thing that at this point is not supposed to, that you've put all these measures in place and
all of them got overlooked and bypassed.
You can't. At the end of the day, I don't care how professional, expert, whatever you've got in all these mechanisms and check marks and checklists and all that stuff that you've got in place. If at the end of the day, everybody's mindset is player first, you want to play, then we're going to do everything we can to get you there.
Right.
You can't. At some point, somebody has to have the power to say, no. Hey, I hear you. Have a seat.
Well, they interviewed linemen over like they're played in the league and they're not in the league anymore, and they said there's been linemen that have gone to the coaches and says he does not need to be in the game. Where was that? I mean, even from the teammates, because they I mean, I saw them on the talking heads, whether it was FS1 or whether it was ESPN, but everybody talked about it. Even the national news talked about it. That's how bad it was. And where were his teammates that if he truly cared for each other, that said he should not be in the game at all? There's no reason he should come back. That wasn't even there. That concerns me.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I think everybody looked at Tua and said, "What do you want to do?"
Oh, and you know what his answer is going to be?
I want to play.
Just what every football player would say.
I want to play.
Put me in the game, coach.
I got it. No, I'm okay. No, I'm okay.
Every last one of them.
Here's the question: do you think that it may have been his response also, based upon the fact that he's also been considered to be fragile, and so now not wanting to seem as fragile, not wanting to seem as easily hurt, he jumps back into it?
Well, dude, that's every football player's fear, though, that them getting hurt, not being in a game, and somebody comes in and shows them up and they lose their position. That's any starter's mindset. That no, put me in the game because I don't want anybody else coming in and taking my job. Because guess what? It happens all the time. That football franchise is a business, meaning they want to put the best out there. And if you get hurt and somebody comes in and kills it, aka Tom Brady, aka Kurt Warner, aka any other quarterback with Dak Prescott, guess what? They're going to ride that hot hand and you just have to go somewhere else. Garoppolo. I mean, it happens.
True.
And so that's the mentality of any football player because they don't want to lose their starting position. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying it's not a little bit more because of Tua and he has been labeled as fragile. But if we were to really think about it, that's probably every starter's mindset.
And I mean, if we really want to, this is just the way we treat men.
It is.
It is
the way we treat men.
It is.
Not to jump deep and philosophical at the end of the show.
We always do.
But it is. It's and so the idea of getting hit that hard and popping up. I remember watching my I've got a couple of nephews. I got a couple of nephews that play for OSU. Yes, shameless plug. Oklahoma State Cowboys. Brennan, shout out to Brennan and Braylon Presley.
Nothing wrong with
anyway,
it.
They're doing their thing. I love watching them.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I remember last season, I believe it was the Iowa State game. No. Anyway, Brennan got smashed. It was a brutal hit to watch And he stayed down for just a minute, but then he popped right back up, and everybody's you know, and you know, we have this mindset of expectation that in anything, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, financial, we are impressed with resilience. And don't get me wrong, resilience is a powerful characteristic that I believe people should have. But at some point, somebody needs to be able to tell you, hey, you need to slow it down. Hey, you need to take a break. You need rest. You need recovery. You need a minute. You need, you know, you need to recoup. And if and when the opportunity presents itself again, you know, get back out there and make it happen. But don't put your health and your life in such jeopardy, trying to prove that you're man enough to handle what you just went through. You know, it's dangerous, man. And I don't know if that's ever going to change.
No, because we've glorified it so much. I mean, when you think about any movie that deals with somebody in a ring, whether it's Rocky, whether it's Creed, they're getting smashed.
Creed
3.
Creed 3.
So good, dude. I'm so pumped. But what do we see in all of these movies? Football doesn't matter. Coming back when they think they were down, and it's glorified. We celebrate it. And Darren, you said it. When somebody pops up or gets up and they're walking, yeah, he's good. Not even
we'll give him a standing ovation.
Yes,
right.
Yes. Now I get some of that is because all right, there's nothing really bad has happened. We're clapping because he's okay. But there's a lot of that he's good. He's walking the sideline. He should be able to come back into the game. And we sensationalize that. We've done it for so long that we cannot separate fiction from reality, because we've seen it in so many fictional representations, whether it's on TV or whether it's in movies. And it's now translated into sports to where you got to show your toughness, your mettle. You know, can you bounce back? Are you man enough to handle this hit? Oh, look at it. He could take a hit. Boy, his jaw, he got a jaw on him. You can't put him down. Yeah, but his brain is playing ping pong with the inside of his skull, though. We don't see that. And until we put a stop to that, it's not going to change.
Yeah, I don't know how we're going to do that culturally. I mean, it may get there. It's not going to get there anytime soon. It's not going to get there in our lifetime.
No, I don't think so.
Because we love. These are our gladiators, man. They just don't go to the death.
And that's the way it's looked at. Gladiators in an arena, in a ring.
They just don't go to the death. That's it.
Everybody wants that Willis Reed moment.
I mean, dude, you got dudes playing with broken legs, man, in Super Bowls and playoffs. You know,
then you have people like Paul Pierce who fakes it and gets in a wheelchair.
You have people like he went there.
You might do, but you know how I feel about Paul Pierce, bro.
I know how you feel about Paul Pierce.
We've got to find this petty meter. We have to find it. That was at least an 8.5, 9, man.
It was.
And I mean, I could go for the jugular and also talk about leg cramps, you know, from a certain balding
LeBron,
man.
Just say LeBron. Go ahead and say it.
But I'm not going to be that petty at the end of the show.
Now,
because you are.
Hey, true dehydration leg cramps are brutal.
Yes.
I'm not saying that's what he had. I'm not saying it because but they are devastating to where you can't do anything.
I agree.
But they shouldn't put you out for a season.
No.
When you're missing,
no.
How many games did he finally walk away from? 20 something?
Yeah. No, not for a season. No. A game, yes. A season, no. No.
If I'm not mistaken, that's what kind of made him go, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just call this season. You know, my leg cramped. I'm going to Bora Bora. I'll catch y'all next year.
The infamous leg cramps were in the playoffs, though.
It was against the Spurs, I think it was.
Yeah, that's the one that everybody criticizes him about, is the leg cramps during the Spurs.
Yeah, that nobody else seemed to have, but okay. Because they tried to blame. Well, because they tried to blame.
They're not transferable. It's not a communicable.
No, because
herpes, bro. I mean,
he said, "Reel it in, man."
You think You catch the crab, everybody catching the crab.
No, because they were saying that they were due to the humidity within the arena. They were saying it was due to there was problems with the air in the arena. I get that it was hot in the arena. I get
Right.
that.
Yeah.
But that's what they attributed to the. So that's why I'm saying nobody else seemed to have that issue. If that's the statement that it was due to,
So everybody else
the-
drinking but him. Everybody else
Exactly.
staying hydrated but
that's
him.
kind of my point there. I recognize.
I
I at least passed high school biology. I recognize that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. That was classic though. Bro was like, yo, hey. Hey, yo, whoa, hold up
Hey,
now.
I saw a line and I ran with
We
it, bro.
we done went
Hey.
to herpes. Hold up. Wait. How did we get from leg cramps to incurable diseases? Wait a minute.
Transmitted diseases.
Like, whoa. Yeah, man. You found his tender spot.
No, so I heard one statement and just ran with it. That's literally.
I know.
We know.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
know.
Yeah. You good?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, it was fun though.
Oh yeah.
This ain't herpes. Whoa. Whoa. Hold up. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Are we talking crabs, bro? What?
God, yes. Yes.
All right. With
All right.
that in mind, we are going to go ahead and wrap up for this episode of Chop It Up, and we will be back next week. If you're watching this on the replay, we don't know what happened with Facebook. I got to call up Zuckerberg and be like, "What happened, dude?"
Right.
And then we'll see you all next week for our topic or our conversation on the unforgivables. And we'll see you all next time. Have a great one. Be blessed.
Don't get chlamydia.